Hi,
Okay.
everyone.
Hi, Lynn.
Hi, Vara. Nice.
How has your day been?
I just dropped in from taking my grandchild around Big W looking at things. He was so enjoying Christmas.
I Yeah, it's been a hectic one today. Hopefully not too many others. Give me 1 second. I'm just trying to figure this techo thing as always. Hmm.
Would you like me to do anything?
1 second.
So, I hope everyone's had a lovely day today. We're looking forward to having a nice meditation together.
Yeah, it's working all right.
All good?
So you chose the speech, Lynn, which is from 1980. I forget the date.
1984.
84,
Yeah.
where Shimataji is explaining. I think she ran a few courses.
Actually, it's an interesting series of four. So I actually heard the fourth one. I thought, oh, this is really interesting. And then I went back to the first one and I thought maybe we can have a segment from each of those four. It's Brighton. Thank you.
You know how we listen to the speeches before we play, and I was
Yeah.
feeling a bit chuffed because she's saying things about seekers. And I personally felt I was a bit of a misfit in the world, like when I was starting to do it. And then And then when listening to Shimataji, I had this thought where, there are 8 billion people in the world. I mean, not to the number, but about 8 billion people, they say. Uh, and, only few turn up to do these sort of things, meditation. And even that, even in those few, there is ultra few who get into the meditation session. And then sometimes we get this question of, when you say something is free, people are like, what's the catch? And then for the first time, I found a very simple explanation that Shimataji gives in a different speech, where she says, money is binding. So when you're going for the freedom of the spirit, how can you do something that is binding? And
Yeah.
I don't want anything from you because I also don't want to be binding to you. So that's why it's free. And I'm like, oh, that's pretty logical.
It's a very good explanation of it, actually.
Yeah, because when she said money is binding, I got it. Took a while, but I understood finally what she was trying to say.
Yeah.
But then in the modern society is upside down. So
Yeah, things are worth more than money, actually. Really.
yes. And then I was thinking I used to seek, try this and that. And when I got the self-realization, I got into this zone which was this thoughtless awareness. And and then it felt so that yeah, you can't explain it, but then you feel that you're satisfied, and then you stop the seeking. But then I also know people who who have seeked so much that it becomes almost a vocation that they continue doing it forever.
You mean like the seeking is the habit. So
Yeah,
the journey of looking becomes the means to the end instead of actually finding it and getting it.
yeah, and it's almost like gluttony. I read something that C.S. Lewis wrote once, where the he writes in a funny way. I don't think I can replicate his tone. But you go to a somebody who says, oh no no, don't worry too much about me. Just give me a cup of tea. Just make sure that it's like 1.5 spoon of sugar and maybe 79 ml of milk. I'm just a simple person. Just that. And then the biscuit shouldn't be too soft or too hard. So in that sort of thing, we get into seeking as well. Oh, that where I went, it was good for my leg, and I went here, it was good for my head, and it becomes a whole interesting thing. But what was your experience, Lynn, when you got into meditation?
Well, at the time when I was looking for things, it was that I didn't realize at the time, but afterwards I realized that I was just looking for that feeling of love. that we have, and it's not just the individual love of a person. It was that love between brothers and sisters, the love you have for the little kids, and that family love. And there was an emptiness. And then when I came to a Saj Yoga session and got my realization and saw the videos of Sri Mataji, I just felt that satisfaction in my heart. And I think what it is we keep going around, there's this void section that we'll talk about later on, where you're going here and going there looking for stuff, but then when you get to your heart, it's like you're crossing that ocean of illusion all of a sudden. And I felt so good, and I just had to have more. So, I was always looking for where's the next class I can go to, because I just want more of that feeling.
The way you're explaining, it reminds me of something I read. You're actually struggling to explain your experience, I feel.
Yeah.
It's this line I read somewhere, is that somebody goes and sees a saint, and then and they are a little bit stunned, and their eyes are full of tears, and they're different, and their friends ask, "What happened?" And this person is still not able to speak, and they shake this person and says, "What happened?" And he goes, "My eyes don't have a mouth to explain, and my mouth can't see. So how can I explain my experience accurately?"
Oh, that's nice.
So something like that. I had to read it 3 times to understand it myself. I'm not poetic at all. So my eyes do not have voice.
It's like when
neither my voice has eyes. So how can I explain it accurately?
My eyes don't have the voice, and my words don't have the eyes. It's deep.
So how can I explain my experience?
Yeah.
Because many times we are using the speech to explain our experience. It's very hard, and that is how I feel about thoughtless awareness.
Yeah.
You go to somebody on the street and say, "I'm thoughtless." They think you're stupid. "Oh, you don't have thoughts. What's wrong with you?" We should all think, but the experience of not having a thought, it's so beautiful that you can't use the words to pollute.
Yeah, I always feel it's a feeling.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's a feeling rather than a thought. But everyone just keep that in mind.
Yeah, so let's get into it. Let's play Srimati's speech now.
Yep.
Okay, if we can all put our hands on the lap.
Because I've got the excerpt downloaded, or have you done it? Got it.
If you got it, go for it. Yeah.
Got it. I'll do it. Sharing.
So meanwhile, we can just put our hands on the lap. And those of you who have been here before, you know the drill. You can raise your kundalini and take the bandhan. So those of you who are coming here for the first time, put your right hand on your heart. Just take your attention inside. And listen to this person who you see on your screen. Her name is Sri Mataji Nirmala Devi. And when you listen, just take every word into your heart. And if you don't understand some bits, that's fine. It'll come to you. So when you're ready, you can put your hand back.
In those modern times, many seekers of truth are born. It's a special category of people born in these modern times. Perhaps we are not aware that in every country, lot of people are born with the seeking. They are a special category which sees beyond, tries to find something beyond what they can perceive through their sense organs. The truth as we see is through our sense organs. For example, something we see as white, we call it white. Something we feel cool, we call it cool, something as hot. Means whatever we perceive through our sense organs and whatever is communicated to us through our central nervous system, we accept as truth, and we should accept that only as truth. And not something that is told to us, not something that we have read in the books, not something that we can project our mind to and can think about. That doesn't mean that I deny any one of the scriptures. That doesn't mean that I deny anything that you have known so far. But to begin with, let us start from a scratch, as they call it, or on a clean slate. Let us see what is the truth. Now, in every religion, truth has been described, as I can see it. Everybody cannot see it. That's why this problem. That's why fanaticism. That's why this blindness. That's why there are these blind alleys where you end up arguing things. So there must be something that is missing within us, that we have not been able to really relate truth to our central nervous system. And what is that missing within us? We should try to find out. In all humility, we should know that there must be something within us that we have been arguing about so many things. We have been talking about so many things, reading so many books, going into all kinds of funny experiences, right from alcohol to other drugs and gurus and this and that. But still, we have not felt anything on our central nervous system. Secondly, that we have no control over that truth so far. So what is the reason? Is it that something missing in the human awareness? Is it that we are lacking something in our human awareness? All the books, all the scriptures, which are true scriptures, have said one thing, that to know the truth, you are to be born again. That's not only in the Bible. Say, if you take Patanjali, which is a very ancient book, it's not that the Patanjali asked you to stand on your heads is wrong. It's just a wee bit out of it. But what Patanjali has written is that you have to achieve the truth on your central nervous system through your Atma Sakshatkar. The word is different, meaning the experience of your spirit. Now, English language has an advantage and a disadvantage. That the spirit could be the Atma, the spirit could be an alcohol, or spirit could be a dead body. But it could be a disadvantage, because it is not so. There are three separate things, absolutely opposite each other. So the Atma, the spirit, has to be found out, is said even by Muhammad Sahib. He said you have to become the Pir. Is said by Zoroaster. Is said by Lao Tse. Is also said by Zen. Buddha has said it, Mahavira has said it. Every one of them have said it. So many religions have started in the name of God without going to the truth that you have to be born again. Now, you have to be born again does not mean that you certify yourself, I am born again. Self-certificate, we can go ahead, I am a born again. But you don't become. What is so special if you are born again? What should be so? The human awareness at this level is just ready to be born again. As in Sanskrit, the word for a bird is dvijaha, means born again. And also for a Brahmin who is born again. But those who call themselves Brahmins are not Brahmins. They just call themselves Brahmins. Have they come to know the Brahma, the all-pervading power of God. Those who say that they are born again should feel the all-pervading power of God around them. If they cannot feel it, they are not born again. So all this self-certificate and deception, self-deception and deception of others is just a money-making process. So the truth has to be achieved through your evolutionary process, which is a living process. Again, we must understand living process. Not through just talking, mental projection, sitting down here we talk about it, or by giving you some courses, or taking some money from you. You cannot get it. It's a state in a living growth that proves that it is a living thing. Means the state of our awareness has to be higher than what it is. If our state cannot rise, then it is not of any use. Like a seed becomes the roots, then the bark, the leaves, the flowers, and the fruit. Different states. In the same way, a living religion must give you a different state, and that living religion is within ourselves. Everyone has that. When we go against that living religion within us, we go into imbalances. But even today, people can ask, why the religion? Why should we have a balance? What is the need? Let's go into imbalances. It's a quite logical question. People can ask, why the religion? Why have the religion in the stomach even for God? So what is the religion? We come to that point, is that religion is the valency of human beings. Just like carbon has 4 valencies, human beings have 10 valencies which matter does not have. Animals have 9, while the human beings have 10 valencies. And when these 10 valencies go out of balance, then they go out of the quality of a human being. But still one can ask, why should we have those 10 valencies? Because you have to ascend. Because in the evolutionary process you have to ascend, and you can never be satisfied with yourself unless and until you have achieved it. Especially the seekers. That's why I say they are a special category. Because in this special category, men of God will have to become prophets, and they will have powers to make others prophet, said by William Blake. In your great country, William Blake has said this. When is that going to happen? Has to happen today, tonight. But there are barriers within us, built in. Not because of anything else, but only because we have been seekers. We have been going to various roads of seeking whatever suited us. Wherever we went to, we have tried to find something. And we have injured ourselves within ourselves sometimes. We have built up certain barriers. Now, when you become the prophet, you actually become your own master. You become a free person. You have to be a free person. So far you are not. You cannot overcome your own weaknesses, your own temptations, infatuations, emotional problems, mental worries. Why? Because you are still standing in the waves of this turmoil, this troubled area where you just see the waves all the time and you are frightened of getting drowned. But if you somehow or other get out of it and get into the boat of your own being, then you enjoy, you become the witness, the Sakshi. Even to understand the scriptures, you have to be a free person, which you are not. You have to be your own master. For that, you cannot pay. I am too free that I cannot accept anything. To get your freedom of spirit, you can't pay because money is binding. Money has no value in the divine field. Nothing can bring forth this but your own ascent. And how do we ascend? Is there anything built within us? So whatever I am telling you today is the knowledge of the roots. What we see is the knowledge of the tree. We see it from outside. We see a leaf from outside. If you have to treat the leaf, we have to go to the roots. But from outside, when we see the tree, we are still outside the tree. When you have to treat the leaf, you have to go to the roots. If you pluck out the leaf, it is dead. Then you put it under the microscope, you can go on seeing cells. After that you can see the nucleus, you can go on analyzing it, making it dead, dead and dead and dead. But to treat it, you have to go to the roots. And this knowledge of roots, we have to know.
So the knowledge of the roots that Srimataji is talking about is referring to the process that we call the self-realization. So I will walk us through that process, and then Lynn, following that, Lynn will have a little meditation session. So,
Do you want me to put the chart up for you? Oh, you've got it there, have you?
I've got it.
Okay.
So we'll follow the motions in that little chart you can see. So if you just quickly have a look, the right hand is moving into different places of the body. And I'll walk you through that. But if you're not sure, then you can open your eyes and look at the location. So before that, we just put both our hands on the lap. And whatever I ask you to say, please let those words come from your heart. So we address these affirmations to ourselves, and also asking Shrimataji, or you can say Shrimataji or Mother, to give you this experience. As we spoke before, she gives it because she has to. She explained many times. She just loves the mankind so much. So we put our right hand on the heart, keep our eyes closed. Say Mother or Shrimataji. Am I the spirit? Mother, am I the spirit? By spirit here we mean the life force within us, not the other things that Shrimataji was referring to. Mother, am I the spirit? Now we bring our hand a little bit down on the left side of our abdomen. Once again, we ask, Mother, am I my own master? And repeat this statement several times in your heart. Mother, am I my own master? Mother, am I my own master? And we take our hand a little bit below where the leg meets the stomach. Here we ask, we ask with a pure desire, Mother, please give me the knowledge, the pure knowledge of the roots. So if you imagine ourselves a tree that Mother was describing, going inside the roots takes us to the balance that we are supposed to be in. So we request the Mother, please give me the knowledge of the roots. Mother, please give me the knowledge of the roots. When we receive this knowledge, that's when we become our master. So we can bring our hand back to the left side of the stomach and with full confidence say, Mother, I am my own master. Mother, I am my own master. So when the Kundalini at the base of our spine rises through our energy centers, she nourishes each of our chakras, as we call, and strengthens our principle of self-mastery. Trusting our Kundalini, we say, Mother, I am my own master. Now we bring our hand back to the heart. We will say, Mother, I am the pure spirit. Sometimes it's easy to explain something by explaining what it is not rather than what it is. So, spirit is not the responsibilities we carry in this life, not the roles we play in our jobs and families, not the ideas we have, not the ideologies we have. When you remove all these layers that we form in our living experience, what is left, that's the purest form of how we were created by God Almighty. And that's what we mean by the spirit. Mother, I am the pure spirit. We put our right hand on the left side of the neck. So your fingers should touch the spine and the neck. You can bend your head towards your right shoulder a little bit. Here we shed all the guilt that we carry upon ourselves for the real and imagined mistakes that we have done in the past. So now, because we are the pure spirit, this guilt can't attach to us. And that's why we just say the obvious. We say, Mother, I'm not guilty. Mother, I'm not guilty. Mother, I'm not guilty. When we say it, if we really mean it, it's like taking a load of ourselves and becoming free. Now, with the palm, we place our forehead in our palm, bend a little bit forward. With your fingers, you can hold your forehead and rest the middle in the palm. And here we say, Mother, I forgive. I forgive unconditionally everyone and also myself. Mother, I forgive. Say it several times. Most of us will have a big laundry list of people that we're trying to forgive and that sort of thing. So we try not to go through the list. We just do it unconditionally. Mother, I truly forgive everyone and I also forgive myself. We place our hand back on the back of the forehead, on the back of the head, so to say, and then we lift our head towards the sky. And here we say, Mother, please forgive me for all the mistakes that I may have committed knowingly or unknowingly. We place our right hand on top of the head, the eyes closed. Push the hand a bit down. And here we ask something that is our right. And there's nothing to be shy of when we're asking our mother. Mother, please give me my self-realization. Mother, please give me my self-realization. Mother, please give me my self-realization. When you feel that your attention is settled inside yourself, you can slowly bring your hand back to the lap, or you can keep it there for a little bit. It's up to you. Now let's try and keep our attention at that place where we were touching our hand with while Lynn is leading the meditation.
Let's just drop our right hand down towards the earth. And just in our heart ask, Mother, please clear away any obstructions from my past, from my emotions. Any distractions. Bring that right hand back on our lap, open on our lap. Just bending the left so the palm is facing behind us. So our right side power of action. We can ask our mothering energy, Mother, please clear away any ambitions, any futuristic thoughts, any heat from my activities of the day. Still, we've got our attention where our hand was on the top of our head. We're just letting all the heat flow out into the atmosphere. We can bring that hand back down. Two hands are now back on your lap, open. You can ask, Mother, please strengthen my quality of innocence. Take our right hand just on the center of our stomach, where our belly button is. Mother, please give me my peace and satisfaction. Let me be peace and satisfaction. And bring the hand back to the center heart. So just the side where we had it on the left, we'll just go to the center. Let me feel the love and courage of divine in my heart. And up at the throat. Mother, let me feel the whole collective of real-life souls that I'm now part of. Let me feel the love and connection of all my brothers and sisters who are part of this divine collective. And again, we can just take our hand to the forehead. I forgive. Mother, I forgive. Forgive everything that's ever happened to me. And I forgive myself. And again, back to the top of our head. Mother, let me feel silence, the love of divine that's ready to pour into me. Just raising our hand. Just taking our attention above. Bringing both hands down. Just have a little bit of music to take us further in our meditation. lovely as that is meditating with you all good things must come to an end. Let's do our short form of raising our Kundalini and putting ourselves in Bandhan, which many of you know, but if it's your first time, we'll go through that with you. So we're using our hands, so we don't have to think about it. It's the left hand of desire raising up, the right hand of action winding around that hand. So we start at the base of the spine, we'll go up through the central channel that we're trying to protect, tying a knot at the top. We really want to keep our attention there. We'll do it a second time. 2 knots. Third time for our 3 powers we have. 3 knots. And then with those lovely vibrations, we'll put a bandhan, which is over and back once for each chakra, 7 times. And just enjoy the feeling of that. You do that, so you can start and finish your meditation with this short form. Approximately 7. And of course, if you have any questions or anything you want to share, the chat's there open for everyone, I think. If you would like the link of the talk we played, we can also put that in the chat, potentially. And what else, Lara?
I thought we could end the session here for the YouTube and then open this if anybody wants to have a question or something like that. Thanks, Claire.
Yeah, nice.
Just curious, Ju, where are you from? We haven't seen you before. Are you from Australia or outside the country? Malaysia.
Malaysia, welcome.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
And say bye to the YouTubers, Lynn.
Yep. Thanks for joining us and look forward to seeing you next week. Good night.
Good night.